Good afternoon my friends, and welcome back to Ravenport Farm Simulator 19 and our lovely pig farm, which is developing very nicely. This is also the 100th video we have uploaded to YouTube, and it had to be a farming one. Of course it did. So to all of you that have followed us since forever ago, thank you very much. It was one of you in particular that got us back on the YouTube track after a bit of a break, so well done you. And amazingly, I've also found somebody in Eve. I've obviously been making Eve videos lately, which are going down very well, and I do enjoy making them, but there will always be farming. I found a guy in Eve who said hi to me in the game, and said he'd just seen my video on Eve and then realised that he was already subscribed for the farm videos. I can't remember who you are, I didn't take a note. Please can you contact me either in a comment or in the game with that character Finn Trash, and say hi, because I'm going to need some help with something, and I couldn't think of a better candidate than you perhaps, if you're up for it. So do get in touch. Anyway, here we are. I finally ploughed these two fields in together. You've actually missed a day because I just wanted some money to spend. Yesterday we did quite nicely. We actually turned a small profit, $4,500, but I didn't sell any pigs and I didn't do any jobs. So today we've got 83 pigs. We're going to have a bit of a pig selling party soon. I'm just bringing the supplies up here. I'm not quite sure why I brought it into the middle of the field, just because I'm chatting to you guys. As you can see, it's all going very nicely. It's a lime day up here. I need to just jump in this harvester. Obviously once the crop is planted across this little bridge of ploughed area, he'll be managing this fine, but at the moment I am still having to switch him just for the last time field to field, and I've just been trying to keep them roughly in parallel or matched, or however you want to put it, so I can get on with the fertilising, the liming and the planting in an orderly manner. And yeah, it's just onwards and upwards really. Good price for soy today, nearly 1,000. The price for corn did go down. We haven't actually got any corn to harvest today. I planted some sunflowers. Sorry, the Algato caught me out there. As I was saying, the corn market we've given a little bit of a rest. We've got sunflowers to harvest today. We've also planted wheat down in the bottom field. I'm going to avoid doing missions. I don't need the income anymore. It was very useful to get started. They're there to do if I want to boost. It's a lot of time, and time is a commodity that I have a finite amount of. So I don't need to do it. You know me and the way I play. Oh, you've got to watch that when you're doing that manually. See, I've just run over some crop. I wish it could, I don't know, avoid that in some way. Maybe I just need to keep an eye on the dial. We'll leave that trailer there in the way as it is for a second, and we'll get this one here. Yeah, I'm going to avoid missions unless I really fancy it. It's something you can kind of sit and do watching Netflix or whatever. So should I need to suddenly get some cash, I shall do that. But the point is, yeah, we're going to grow some wheat and just in fact it is barley today for sure. Chuck that in the pigs, give them a good topping up. The sunflowers can go in there too, although the price is quite good, so we might sell some. We've got plenty, days and days worth still. And root crops, I think we'll probably never have to worry about again, no matter how many pigs we get in there. It only takes 100. So everything is good. That's where I am. I'm just going to get on with this, and we're going to meet up. Right, we're just heading over to the central grain elevator. This is the biogas plant here. I don't know if we've actually shown it to you before. You have to buy it, and it's very expensive before you can use it to sell silage. So there's much more investment involved. It's very expensive. Let's have a little look while we're here. That plot there. Look at that. $770,000 just shy of. So you're going to need that cash before you can even start selling silage in bulk. Obviously we have got the sell point, which will take the bales, but if you just want to do that mass thing, you're going to need to put your cash up front, which I think is good. And I do like, as we've had a few comments and a little chat in the comments about how the game, this iteration of the game, has changed things enough to make you play in different ways, and I do like it. I would not want another exact copy of Farm Simulator 17 that just had a pretty graphics engine. No, I like the way they've made you do things a little bit differently in terms of the crop cycles, the lime, being able to buy bales, etc. Puts animal husbandry into a slightly different category, in that you can do it without other commitments having to be made equipment wise and land wise. I like the land parcel sale thing. I love the way it works with that biogas plant. Some of them are odd because you're not just buying a field. The one down next to our little starting point, that field 20, is very expensive because you're buying a street and a restaurant that offer you no income, but you seem to be getting charged for those rates, so I don't quite understand. Maybe that's something that could be tweaked going forwards. The placeable thing is working beautifully in the landscaping. Once they patched out that weird thing where you'd like treble or quadruple the price of a placeable because of the actual placement costs. So yeah, I think the game is shaping up very nicely. Okay, we're leaving the top fields like this. The fent is going to carry on front cultivating and seeding. We're going to go down and meet the harvester down at the bottom fields. We'll finish off the second fertilizing up here when we have to come back to weed. The weeds are kind of confusing me. As you may have seen now, I'm going to back up just so they re-render. The render ranges on this game are a bit odd as well. The weeds are following me, unfortunately. If they'd been a little bit earlier, I would have been taking them out as I was cultivating and seeding. I'm not quite sure what cycle they run on, really. As long as you get them before they've got past their second growth stage with our weeder, then I know they're done. If they regrow in the field after then, they haven't got time to become the taller, colourful, large weeds, which we'll be seeing some of in a minute. Which do actually reduce the yield. So I think I figured out that as long as you've weeded once, and there are weeds there when you do it during your harvest cycle, it doesn't matter if they do start growing back, because that did throw me when I first started looking at the game. We're heading back down here now. Look at our magnificent trees. I believe these may be fully grown. I'm not going to do anything with them today, but yeah, they're pretty immense. When we're on this field, I'll do my little measuring as I prepared for in the last episode. A little bit of crop destruction there from the harvester getting carried away on his way over here and forgetting. And I think definitely we're at a point in need and ability to pay for it wise to buy a third tractor. We're going to have odd jobs to do to get that forestry done. That tractor, the fent, is now miles behind, and it kind of happens because there's just those little odd jobs to do, like get the extra trailer up there with all the pallets of seed and fertilizer, etc. That's putting it behind the rest of the team. So I think we should be doing that, and again, thanks to mods, there is a very good candidate. Can anyone guess? Leave a comment. Which tractor do you think I'm most likely to buy as the next tractor? So I'm just going to get this first bit of fertilizing done. I'm doing this field over here first today. Obviously usually I'd go over there and then come over here, because I want to get on with the development of our farm. And I've also got ponies to ride, of course, which is quite nice. So that little bit of fertilizing there is done. I've got to start remembering. I tidied everything up. Look, the plough, etc. are all in the shed exactly where they should be. First, we're going to start selling some pigs. Harvester driver can have a break when he's full, or he could even just drive over there and empty himself, couldn't he? If he wants to crack on. Right, so we'll get this hitched up. Can we get it into the animal dialogue box? Beautiful. So if he wants, how many have we got? Let's see where we are. We've got 83, so this is going to put us down to 71. Livestock trailer is full, confirm. So we've got another 11 to sell potentially and take us back down to 60. I'm going to leave a few extra ones maybe in there. We're going to see exactly how we work out for the money. I'm not going to quibble over a pig here or a pig there. If that $1,000 or $2,000 is the difference between us being able to do something and not today, because I want to make quite a little bit of headway in the design and upgrading of our environment. So I'm going to go and sell these pigs. You've seen me do it before. I don't think you need to see it again. I shall see you when we have funds. We're back just in time to empty the harvester. He's had a little tea break, a couple of minutes while we were on the way back. We're having to keep a bit of an eye on the fent. He's having a Sosnovka moment in that he seems to be set on turning the wrong way. Oh no, now you've run out of seed. I might have got him set. Because I've interrupted the flow of this guy at one stage, I stopped him for a moment to go back and do a row he missed, which sometimes the AI does. I'm not sure why. So I've sent him back to do that row, then got him started again, and then he repeatedly, there is one pallet of seed in here, I think hidden, or have I used it? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to get one off the lorry, leave that one there. And then the fent is going to leave the cultivator and the seeder up here and take this trailer and that lime spreader down to the other area with him. Right, so we'll refill the seeder. Yeah, so once you reset him going, and I had this issue in Sosnovka, he turns the wrong way. Because the front cultivator means he can recultivate stuff that's been seeded, he will, or he can. So we'll see where we are. The lime, thankfully, is a fantastic indicator of where he's been. So let's see where he got to. So we'll get him here. Let's just see, we'll stick with him. A little bit deja vu this. Will he go left? Will he go right? I think he might actually go to the right, but we'll see. It seems odd. Sometimes it seems if they can do either, they'll always turn to the right. This time he's going to the left. So that means he is now set. It will continue to turn the right way now. I will come back and check in a moment though. Right, you, sir, can start your engine and get cracking. I'll finish this row off for you. As I've mentioned before, the workers do silly turns. I don't know if it's this field ending in such an incline and a slope, but he backs back on himself, does quite a weird turnaround. So just doing this bit for him saves him time and me money. So we'll get him going, we'll back this guy up, quickly start the engine. Oh, the auto engine cut out. Considering I've switched it, in theory switched it to manual, and it's on manual. The start stop. Yeah, efficient in cutting the engine off for you, whether you want it to or not. I'm not sure what triggers it. I did think it was render range, but that does not seem to be the issue. And just for a change, we'll put the fertilizer on the back in the old-fashioned traditional method. Catch up with this, then we can just start this guy to getting his ploughing done. And that combi plough, it's actually a soil stabilizer, which I didn't show you me ploughing out that join between the two fields. You can't use a soil stabilizer for that. I did have to lease a proper plough from the plough section. But anyway, he needs maintenance basically daily. Now that we've got this area of land, and it is, if you forget to do it, it will slow down the machine. You know, 12%. Doesn't seem much 1 mile an hour here or 2 miles an hour there, but it does mount up if you left it going for a long time. That's quite a chunk of your money going needlessly, and it's like $40 each time you repair it, something silly like that. It's not a huge amount of money, and I like it again, rather than it just being that daily expense of upkeep. You only have to press a few buttons. It's not exactly like real life. I have a backlog of jobs because the weather's been so horrible. I need to put an exhaust on one car, and I need to get some tyres looked at because the roads around here are so bad. I've taken, hopefully not dented my rim too badly, but one of my tyres is looking a bit horrible from a big bang. Look at the harvester in the background, doing a little bit of mountaineering. Right, we'll just check this guy. Yes, you're staying on the lime. That's perfect. You're back anyway now. And you're off there, so we'll let these guys get on for a little bit. Once the harvesting's finished, we're going to do some building. I've sold 12 pigs, only 12. I think I'll probably spend another 9, take us up to about $60,000. Leave 2 spare in the kitty. That's probably what we're going to do. In fact, I'm just going to jump out here. These guys are all okay now. As you will see, we've got a nice kind of meadowy bit here where I've just left it. This is the bad weeds. I think they're quite pretty. Might stick the odd random sunflower in here. It's pity they wilt. If you could just have a couple of permanent sunflowers, it'd be quite pretty. Right, my dear. Annabelle, you need cleaning from yesterday. I do apologise. Oh no, we had a little ride this morning, didn't we? Come on, let me on you. Let me on you. I don't want to get on your back. If we have a look, Annabelle's already been out for a trot. Done 60%, so just back you up here. And off we go. While the troops get on with the work. And I guess now that I'm not offsetting wage costs by doing jobs myself, which was a very profitable enterprise, maybe I shouldn't be fannying about on a horse, but I believe once these are fully trained, they're worth like $50,000. I might be too attached to them to sell by then, and only having 2, it's not really a commercial enterprise. Have I got somebody to park up? Park up, ha ha ha. There is no reproduction rate on horses, is that right, or am I getting that wrong? Because that just looks to me like the top one is trained, the middle one is kind of condition, and the bottom one is cleanliness. Doesn't mention breeding. Someone knows for sure, let me know. It seems a bit odd. But what do I want to know about horse care? We can explore some of these little back ways. Look at this run-down old place here. Looks a little bit like the old timber mill from Goldcrest Valley, doesn't it? I'd quite like a first-person view on a horsey, but that doesn't seem to be a possibility. So let's just have a nice gallop over here. And I do think, and somebody may know again better than me, that if you do kind of more jumping and uphills and downhills, I'm sure it seems to count as a bit more. Oh, hello, that'd be the edge of the map, Glenn. It seems to count. We're on 17% already. There's more exertion towards the fitness development. I don't know. We'll try. I'll do an Exacta. I'll ride out straight until I've done 50% and then ride back by the most adventurous route possible. And see if I make it all the way back before I've done the 100%. That would kind of tell us. There's a glass wall there again. Sorry, Annabelle. I believe on PC you can already get mods, and I kind of like the sound of it, where you can get like the horse attached plough and the horse attached cart, etc. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little tinker with that. I don't know if that will come to console. Harvester Man doesn't know quite what to do, so we'll help him. Hello, pigs. Ooh, well done, Annabelle. And of course, one place we haven't gone, maybe we'll go there today. Yeah. Oh, well done. That was a good recovery. Right, where are we now? That was so adventurous. That's got to be 100%. Look at that. Yes. Maybe show jumping through the pig pen is the way forward. for accelerated development. Ooh. Brakes ain't too good. I think we can just... Oh, look at the style. And off we get. We'll give her her brush. She's all nice and clean. Right, where are you, Eclipse? Right, you're at 0%, aren't you? Let's just check the troops. Turn you around. Where's the plough gone? Huerlimann's stuck. Just can't leave him alone for 5 minutes, can you? Worse than the kids. Right, off you go. What are you doing? See, this is what he did before. This is what made me kind of have to move him and then ruin his order. He's suddenly decided he wants to start a line there. We're nearly at the end of the field. The way I've put this shed in and the way it raised the ground level has been a little bit of a problem for a couple of the pieces of machinery. But that's just a question of maybe doing the strip bylem running along here. Because they don't like getting too close to here. The harvesters have an issue or two. But this guy, I don't know why you did that. That's not in the manual. Absolutely not. Who is it today? Let's see. Annabelle. She's a bit artistic. But we just need order today. Not self-expression. She seems to be turning the right way. Well done, her. Back to the harvester. There we go. Right. And can we get... Is my pony back in the stall? Yes. It has reset. They do stay around for a little while, so let's get back up in the harvester because you're closest. Eclipse should have magically brought himself home. There we are. Around. Have a ride, please, Eclipse. Right, let's get a little bit of speed. Just hop over the fence. Right, so we're at 0%. We're going to ride this way without doing anything too adventurous. We are going to gallop, but we're not going to jump. We're not going to go up any cliffs or down any gullies. We'll see where we end up. Helper H is blocked by an object. What are you blocked by? You're not blocked, you're not blocked, you're blocked, okay. Silly me. Yay. Well done, Eclipse. Waited right where I wanted you. Past the old timber yard. There is... You can cut through here. From where I was doing my forestry, if you're working in that area, there's this lovely track that runs straight through. It's the quickest route. This is where I was bringing the wood back and forth to the timber yard when I did clear that area. I had a little bit of a ride through it yesterday. I probably could have got a bit more money out of it. I didn't want to get the little trees. I feel bad. But having gone through there again, there might have been one or two. I'm going to put the mini map up just so I can judge. This is about, yeah, this junction is where we started owning land, wasn't it? Yes, so you can see I've chopped that one down. And then along this pathway, or to the right of it along here. So maybe there's one or two trees I could have got down. Not those fussy ones with all the limbs, they're really not worth it, but edge of the world again. I said I wasn't going to do anything too adventurous. Where are we on the 32%? Alright, I'll head down a little bit of a trot. But I haven't left it looking barren. I've seen some guys when they do their playthroughs literally go in and obliterate an area. And some don't even think to replant anything. How unsustainable is that kind of malarkey? Right up on this hill now. Bit of wood I forgot to take in. That was the big tree I'm not allowed. It's on the wrong side of that path. Has anybody actually just run a farm down here? Let me know if you have. It just seems so out of the way in terms of the other, you know, the sell points, the animal trader, and it's a weird area to try to customize. Maybe it's different now. They modified the placement and the land modeling, but I found it very hard when I did try to get much built down here because everything seems to have an object in the way. Right, we've kind of done nearly half, have we? 56%. So if we just get back, we know without any stunts or danger, this should get us to 100% pretty much when we get back to the stable. See a lot of horses on the roads around here. It's just as well as never any traffic on these, perhaps. I think they've done a very good job with these horses. I do quite like it. Yeah, we'll take a trip up around the map sometime. There is, of course, the whole kind of show jumping area. I can remember where it is. It's up by the ranch, of course. Yes, it is. Let's see how much trouble the staff have got into while we were doing this. Are we done? 78. How have we only done 78 coming back? Just park up here, Eclipse, in the shade of the tree. I'll press the right button once or twice. Last row, he needs to fertilise. You've gone doolally and you've redone some, haven't you? I know you have. If you're back, or you've just got really lost. What might be easiest now is if I just do this end over here manually and just set him going from this corner. Just remember to come back, and because he started with no option, he should then be able to carry on doing it correctly. I just need to come back and stop him before he reseeds where he's already been. Right, that one. Back you up one more time. Bit of a test for you now. I'm just going to let you go there, but it's cheap. Chuck it around everywhere. As long as you get this done before you've seeded, doesn't really matter when. Right in your face, Huerlimann. There we go. I think we'll call that a job done. A tiny little bit left. Come on, just chuck it around down here. Oh, this is just going to stay on my meadow forever. Might as well empty it. There we go. And I could maybe, going forward, use this bigger one as a fertiliser spreader as well. I did think of it, especially up on the top field where I've got to fertilise after I've seeded. Then it could be a little bit of a time saver. But the way the kind of cycle's going, it's not that big a deal. I'm going to go up there, like I said, finish the fertilising. When I go up there with the weeder, we can start. What are we going to do today? I'm going to go back to corn. Giving it 1 day off on the market. Might take more, but it's handy. And even if it's a kind of poor price for corn, it hasn't been so bad. It's a disaster, or much worse than any of the other crops, because it's usually that much better in price per volume. Anyway, the harvester, in case you're concerned, is over in the other field harvesting the sunflowers. We don't need to watch him do that. What we're going to do now, we've got 49,000. Let's see, what can we do now? I've got a couple of ideas. Again, it's in the name of diversity and interest. We are going to buy. This is in preparation for tomorrow. We've now accumulated quite a large amount of pig manure. 41,000 litres. They don't make it very quickly, so once that's gone, it's kind of going to be gone. But we do have in the placeables, is it in the miscellaneous section, we do now have manure sell points. There's the easy mode and the profi mode. There are two pairs here. You can buy from these two and you can sell excess manure to these two. Easy mode means you can just drive up to it and press reload trailer. Profi mode, you have to use conveyor belt, shovels, buckets, etc. to load up. I'm going to go for easy mode, if you don't mind. And we're going to put one of these in. But I'm just going to see first how much space it would take. It's not going to want to go... I'm going to need to move that trailer because objects are a real interruption for these things. Now I could put him here, but why won't he go here? It's the trailer, I'm sure. Let me move the trailer. You need me to move that. And we're just about finished here actually, aren't we? So if we just do that, we'll just finish that. Are we done? We'll do one more row, plod our way back. There's also, it looks like there's a couple of bits of straw. If you see the weird rendering, we'll have a look at what that is. If there's straw on the ground, it doesn't seem to want to let you place placeables on it. It counts as an object, so we'll see. Is it straw on the ground or just bits of crop? If it's just bits of crop, it shouldn't be an issue. I had quite carefully picked up all the straw when I collected it up. I didn't mention it, obviously I didn't even bother with the straw swath today. We've got so much straw, we don't need to be making any more. Right, let's just put these two away. I'm just going to plonk them here for now. Get that trailer out of the way, then hopefully I'll have a bit more room. I want to get at least two things in here now. I don't mind if over time we expand and take out a little bit more of this field. I think we could actually be running our 60 pigs off of either one of the fields down here. And that is something I'm going to look at. I haven't really done proper maths yet to figure out A, how much land they need to keep them going, and B, whether we'd be better off selling the crop that we're feeding the pigs. I don't think we would be. I think I've got a feeling pigs are nice and profitable. We've got just over 10,000 litres of barley, which if we look at the prices, again the restaurant's being quite good there for our barley. 326, we can get a little bit more over the pork grain elevator. I think we've got enough money to play with for now, so again I'm just going to park this trailer here, it's out of the way. That was what we wanted, remember? And now we'll go back. Jet wash. How many times have I said I'm going to buy a jet wash? Want the easy mode manure shop. Right, there you go. Hopefully with the hazardous trailer so close by. Now why won't you go here? I don't own this land. Right, it's because I'm over that way. Right, okay. I want it as far this way as possible. Reasonably neat looking. $7,500 spent. Okay. There's more. I believe we are going to go for, we've got the money, animal pens. We're going to go for a small, I hope this will fit in, chicken coop. Spin it around, please. I really want you to fit in here. I'll be slightly sad if you don't. You going to fit in here at all? No. I could put you up here. No. Why won't you go anywhere? It collides with an object. You're not colliding with an object quite clearly. Let's try adjusting the level. That can make a bit of a difference. You're not. That's colliding with an object there. Ah, right. So you can go here. Right, spin you around. He has got his fill points. What happens if we put the fill points around this side? No, we're going to have to take out a little bit more field to get our chickens in. How does that fit That fits in this. Yeah, you know what? I'm alright with that. We can put other stuff in that other gap. I think we're going to give up this bit of land. We're going to get it over as far as we can. There. Chickens. On a hill. What's happened there? Let's go and have a look. We've self-leveled the land. We've got an elevated... Look at that elevated chicken ranch. That's okay. We can make this work. Now, chickens, you give them wheat. I think that's all we need to give them. And they produce eggs. It's very simple. Let's have a look. We've got an animal dialogue box. Yes. Chickens cost $50. How much money have we got left? 13,000, and we haven't sold the second pigs yet. That's good. We could be in tractor money quite soon. No, we want to buy... Shall we go for... I want to see, actually. We're going to get that weird thing where it will need a rooster, obviously. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's going to put us up to... I've lost count. Confirm. How many have we actually bought? I think it's 15 or 16. It's 16. 15 chickens and 1 rooster. That seems appropriate. And then they just need some wheat or barley, and we've got some. And they need to be kept clean, and they produce eggs. So the levelling is still a bit of a... Well, it's not really an issue, is it? It's a little bit odd. Why is it up there? I don't mind. We can have elevated chickens. It matches... Ah, right, see, it's worked off this level here. So it is level here, but then as the ground tips and blah, blah, blahs, it's kind of taking it out. Right. We're here now. We've got chickens. Hello, chickens. We are really moving on. Have you run out of something? You've run out of seed. Now the reason, as you may recall, I'm stuck using pallets of seed is that none of the bags will empty into this. I can get the fertilizer in, I cannot get the seed in either with the bucket using loose seed or with the bags. I don't know why. That's refilling the fertilizer, which is all well and good, but it's not really what we need. Perhaps I could have closed this before I started. There's the seed, fantastic. Get you back out to your clearly designated point. The lime is quite handy for this. It's not always clear. Look at that, we're going to have to kind of corral the field off about here, I think. Aren't we, where this level changes? So that's the edge of the field now. Oh right, it pretty much matches up. We're not far out. We got some level issues, but we can deal with that. There we are. Right, let's get back in the Huerlimann and just review. We've still got our little kind of meadowy area here. I'm thinking going forward maybe another shed if we need one. We will buy a house. It's about $30,000 I think to buy the cheapest kind of accommodation. 25,000 we can live in a trailer, or 36,000 we can live in a trailer with a garden. Or there is just a deck chair mod. I don't want to put it down because it might be right in the way. You could basically use this. The purpose of having a house, as I think I mentioned before, is that basically you'll spawn into that when you start the game. When I start to load the game in, I spawn right at the other end of the map where the starter farm would be in that starter mode. And you can also skip night. Although my issue with skipping night is maybe the effect on cleanliness, but that doesn't hurt the pigs. So we can put a couple of deck chairs here. I'm probably going to wait. I want to get some of it in this space, and then we'll look at making ourselves maybe a little garden in here somewhere, using all the landscaping and terraforming. But we'll actually get on with the care of our chickens tomorrow. No, actually, you know what? Let's not place that yet. we're going to bring them some barley right now. And tomorrow, look at that mountain of manure. There's a similar sized mountain of manure twice a year in the field at the back of my house. They use it as their kind of rallying point when they're doing the muck spreading, and this huge truck dumps it all in the field behind my house, and they use a big old front loader to keep filling up the spreader. Right, we're going to put some of this in. We may give some to the little old pigs as well, but I think they've got days of grain. But while we've got it, we'll top it up, because where did we put this in? Over there, by the trough, of course. I guess it's interesting. Easily defendable chicken pen, as long as they're coming from that way. And they're going to make their mess here too. We'll put a little bit in. I can't imagine they're going to take a lot. That's 100% full, 1,000. I guess we could just share the food with the horses if we buy pallets of wheat if we need to. And on that subject, they've been there for just over a day, the horses. 2 days, sorry. And they've used nearly 200 litres, about 100 litres of oats each a day, and hay. That bale's going to last, what, 3 days, 4 days? So that's okay. As expenses, they're very, very manageable. And before we go too far, now the pigs, wheat, barley, they've got about 3 days worth there. You know what, we're doing so okay for money. I'm just going to put this straight in here. One less thing to worry about going forward. Might even fill that trough. I doubt it. They're huge. They really are. I think they take about 1,500 a day of the wheat barley, so I will check the maths another time, but I have got it on a spreadsheet, of course. So we're up to about 10 days worth of food there. And I think this is where we will leave you today at the end of our 100th upload to YouTube. As you can see, we have the basis of something quite neat. We're going to tidy this up with the landscaping tool. We're going to get maybe a couple bits of pieces back in there. That's really illustrated the difference in levels, which wasn't too apparent actually. So we might raise the ground up here a bit and then have something kind of running through here. I don't know. Any suggestions, let me know. I'm thinking maybe a small shed. We might make ourselves a little bit of a gardeny area. There are fences, there are walls. We will have a good look through the mods that are available, at least to flick through them in the shop in the next episode. But for now, I think our work for today is more than complete. We're making excellent progress. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to plant across the front, bless him. We'll leave it. We'll call it a day there. Thank you very much, Mr. Fent. Thank you for watching, guys. Any comments, any feedback, as you know, is always welcome. Give us a like if you've liked it. And from us here, goodbye. We shall join you very soon as we commence our 2nd century of videos. And if you'd like to join us in that, feel free to subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you soon.